Kjerstin is a total bloodbath. It's completely unlike what I expected when I was doing my Kjerstin loot guide. Running around on that map, cataloging, exploring. I believed this map was going to be more of a looter-friendly map. I thought it was something like a combination between Brodelin Bridges and Saubrug. I was totally wrong. This map is a bloodbath. 10 seconds in, after the game starts, all the way till the airdrop comes, there's just gunfire, explosions, and women finding out their husbands aren't coming home after that game. It's a complete murder fest. I love it and I hate it. From the very beginning, I mostly hated it. Now a lot of that hate is turning to love, because this map is chock full of deadly surprises and dangerous spots. And today I'm going to talk about what I think are the 4 most dangerous spots on Vigor's new map, Kjerstin. Welcome to Norway. You are in the drop zone, and I am JealousFist. Yes, I am. And today we're talking tactics, which allow you to outthink, outplay, and outperform your opposition. The Vigor gods have blessed us. They have delivered unto us a map both chock full of loot and beautiful scenery, but murder, death, and destruction, which I think is exactly what everyone wanted. Well, everyone that I play with anyways. Let's get right into it. The 4th most deadliest spot in my opinion on Kjerstin is the store Logronden. It's on the east side of the map upon the highest hill. It consists of a small shop and an outhouse, and a lot of stunning views and tiny little switchback trails surrounding it. Lots of flanking opportunities. This area is crazy complicated. Fighting in and around here reminds me of playing on Fisk. It's a lot like Fisk, actually. On this first of our 2 clips on Store Logronden, I just wanted to showcase this hayfield right here, just how easy it is to be seen when you're in there. If you could see how that guy just got killed right there and he couldn't see me at all. That's like that everywhere around this field. This field is very hard to see out of it when you're inside it, but it's very easy to see into it when you're up there on the Store Logronden or over here towards the Biff Manor. Actually, I think technically this field, I know technically this field is more part of Biff Manor, but geographically in the way it fights, it is more a part of the store. The airdrop can be around here a lot. Be careful around here. There are so many nice little depressions and shallows in the ground to hide. It's crazy. Clip number 2 here on and around the store. This is what I would say is a good typical example of a fight in and around this area. As you can see, there's fantastic sight lines from up here on the top down to the bottom, but also you'll notice people can push and assault up to the hill fairly easily. The devs have done a fantastic job with providing all sorts of hard cover and little trails and little folds in the ground to kind of sneak around and snake through and flank and maneuver around on people. It feels like when you're up here at first that you should be able to just see everybody and own everyone around you in all directions. It's not really like that. This area is incredibly complicated. It's going to take a while till myself and you and everybody really gets used to this, unless you're just some kind of gifted killer, which many of you are. You're probably doing great on this area. Much better than me. I find this whole map just a complete bloodbath. It seems like the devs have taken a lot of what they've learned from how various people play in the play styles and really put them into the construction of this map. The whole map, in fact, seems tailor-made to pretty much negate the hard-charging, super aggressive playstyles of TryHards and sweatbags, while also at the same time making it hard on looters to get around and loot stuff without being seen unaware. This is just an incredibly complicated and well thought out map. I am just continually impressed as I've been playing it. I've been playing it a lot in teams. It's just crazy, and especially up here at the store. There's just so many weird fights. As you can see in this fight, we're just exchanging fire constantly. These people, they're flanking around, they're repositioning constantly. They start moving their way back to the exit, but as you see in the clip, a lot of times I can't even really see them as I hang back. Ooh, that was nice. As I hang back and provide overwatch for my duo Snake guy. As you can see, as I'm taking shots at this last guy of this duo, he just moves around from cover to cover with Snake continuously pushing him and me shooting at him from far away. It's hard for both of us to keep eyes on him, and especially as you see how he runs into these little thickets of trees up there. There's these ones here, and then directly to the left of my character right now over there, there's another foresty area that is very campy and very hard to fight, and it's easy to get lost in or get camped and snuck up on. Pardon Snake's war crime over there. He is prone to committing atrocities. You'll have to forgive him. He is a Viking. He is an actual real Viking. So his blood gets up, and he wants you to feel some pain sometimes. He's got that berserker blood inside him. Oh, look at that. Nice little love letters coming in. Little salty invites. This guy doesn't realize that you can't kick people off of their Xbox Live anymore by spamming them party invites. When that happens, just block those losers. Dangerous spot number 3, plant laboratory. I love being around the plant laboratory, though things do get hot. They get hot and heavy, and they get hot and heavy over here quick. It consists of 3 buildings in a main complex and a yellow Cafe Lisa, I believe it said, annex to the east of it. Things are very complicated around here. Be ready to get shot in the back. Be ready to be flanked. Be ready for a lot of moving around and running around because there are tons of trees on slopes. I wanted to use this clip to show how easy it is to just be shot in the back around here. When you're fighting with somebody, when you're exchanging fires with somebody else, you just cannot be aware at all times of what and who is around you. There are many weird sightlines, like look at this. This individual is up here fighting. They're all shooting, having a good time, and I start shooting them in the back. And as I'm shooting them in the back, you saw how I just started to get shot in the back and have my life saved by my duo. I'm shooting people in the back as I'm being shot in the back. I mean, this map and this area is crazy for this. This whole map is like this. Be ready for the flanks. Be ready to be shot in the back. Wanted to show this clip because though there are a lot of fights that happen in and around the buildings, a lot of times a fight that starts around this complex in the plant lab quickly deteriorates, escalates, and repositions either into the trees to the west of it and down to the south, or right here around all of these trees and the fences and the road. You'll find yourself, if you're playing in teams in your duos, constantly being flanked and having to reflank yourself and position, reposition, firing your guns, firing mortars, just running around frantically, especially when multiple teams spawn around here or when the points of interest are located here and everybody rushes here. In under a minute, you can find easily 3 or 4 teams here just battling it out. It's crazy. As you can see, there's just firing, movement in the trees, explosions, gunfire everywhere. Everyone's running around, everyone's trying to flank. And even though all of us know we're all here fighting, you find yourself constantly surprised and having surprise, unexpected contact. Like right there, look at that. And then look at that, right there. Dead, 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 dead. That happens a lot on this map. The second most dangerous spot on this map, and I'm going to say this wrong, even though I've been trying to learn how to say this correctly for a week, so all you actual Norwegians and Danes, forgive me, but I believe it said Eplehage. No, Eplehage, which means apple orchard. It's the apple orchard. Just think of it like that if you are like me and find all those crazy vowels and consonants strange on your tongue. The apple orchard has one long workhouse on the north end of it and one white cafe Lisa house and 2 small white houses on the south end with an apple orchard smack dab in the middle to really complicate things. And it does. This is a very complicated area to fight. So you can see, much like around the plant lab, you can find yourself fighting in and around slopes as well as like on the store Logronden. In fact, this whole map is like this. You will just find yourself on these slopes around rocks, fighting in trees. You're picking up on a theme now of this video, just all the slopes, all of the trees, all of the rocks, and all of the flanking. This guy right here that just popped up in front of me, I was paying attention, I was listening, I had no idea he was right there. You are just constantly surprised by people. You need to be ready for the unexpected on this. I know that's a cheesy saying, but this map, these areas are just full of unwanted, unwelcome, ill-timed surprises and flanks. I have not been this frustrated with the game in a long time, I'm not gonna lie. It's this map is just very well plotted out and laid out to just frustrate the aggressive and to slow down the meek but motivated looter. Right? I would love to hear from you looters what you think of this map. I totally misjudged this map when I was making my loot guide, of course, which I mentioned earlier. I would love to hear from you looters that like to toot, and I would love to hear from some of you killers and vigor monsters. Any of you monsters out there as well, please let me know in the comments how you were finding this map. I want to know if your thoughts on it jive with mine. I would love to hear that. Then, of course, one final surprise there in the ferns. You see what he did there? How he was in the ferns by the rock. Very smart, very sneaky, very dastardly. And he got what he deserved, didn't he? In clip number 2 here at the apple orchard, I'm going to be cutting this footage down abbreviating it so that it's not an actual 10 minutes long like this fight really did take in real life in the game. But this is just a great example of when things are going great in this game. You think you're killing everyone on this map, you're owning, you're just, oh, so great. You get threat, you've been flanking around, you've been anticipating everything. Things are going great. You're like, man, we are going to get this Bard house, then we're going to go up to get to the container. We're going to get all this stuff. We're going to get all these scalps from our enemies. Things are going great. And then boom, you're just dead. You're shot in the back. That will happen again and again and again on this map. You need to get ready for it. You need to play. You need to learn from your lessons and your deaths. The only way you get better in this game is by dying and playing. That sounds cute to say, but there's no better way to learn a lesson than to learn it good and hard. Run around, be fast, break stuff, get surprised, get embarrassed, get angry. Those shocks to your mind and your system and your pride are going to help you learn those lessons faster, much faster than somebody who's going to go very, very slow. Now, you can go too hardcore with that as well, just running fast, never learning anything, never watching the footage of your deaths, things like that. But you need to realize every time you lose and every time you die, it's not really a bad thing. I mean, it is bad that you died and that you lost your stuff. I hate that. It's not like I like that. But it is good because you really do learn from this stuff, especially if you are willing to swallow your pride and be honest and objective with yourself. When you die on here, clip back as far as your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatever you have will allow you with your flashback recording. I don't know how the other systems work, but record that and watch it. Be objective. Be honest with yourself. What mistakes did you make? Where were you? When were you? Who was in the lobby? Who was on your team? What was your play style? What did you do? And even if you did do everything right, but still died, you need to take a lesson from that as well. You need to think about what could I have done in the chain of steps, maybe 2 minutes ago that led to this death. If you do those kinds of things, if you take notes, if you watch footage of yourself playing it, and you're just brutally honest with yourself, you will learn this map and the game in general. You'll just be a lot better. The number one most dangerous spot, in my opinion, on this map, this new map of Kjerstin, is the Jens family Gard, the Jens family farm for us English speakers. This is the largest area on the map. It's also the most complicated and dangerous in the game, hands down, in my personal opinion, right now, currently with the way that the game is. This area consists of the main house and carport, the south hayfield, the east branch main house with its white garage, and then the south red gas house and the southeast annex with the river along the south border of the southeast annex. A particular interest with this whole area is I think out of everywhere that you can fight in this area on this map on Jens family Gard is the big hayfield in the east branch. That is a total murder fest. I have died more in and around that field than I have anywhere else on that map. The only other place that I've died as much, not quite as much, but almost as much, is the southeast annex area along the river banks, and in all of those flowers and the yards and all of the new bushes and the new types of flowering plants that are swaying around in the breeze. And there's a lot of complicated and layered visual distraction and cover around there. It's very easy to get snuck up on, or for somebody to lay down in something and then pop up on you. You can be in a fight around the southeast annex red house and easily lose visual contact with the man like that, like nothing. They just turn around a corner and you're gone and you won't know where they are at all. It's crazy. I've been chasing people, I've had eyes on them, you're going after them, and they're just gone. They just disappear. And with how the pings are acting right now, how they're screwing up, and with all the transmitters and jammers, it can get complicated and messy down there. To complicate things even further, a lot of times the Bard house and the lock container are in the Jens family Gard area somewhere. A lot of times they're in a lot of times the Bard house will be in the big East Branch house or in the big red Southeast Annex house. And when the Bard house is in any of those places, and especially if the Bard house is in one of those places with the lock container down there in the Southeast Annex, things are going to go wild. Within 30 seconds, you're going to hear gunfire, shouts, screams, people telling their boys to tell their wives they love them. It's nuts. It's like a World War II movie down there. Personally, lately, I am avoiding at all costs getting trapped or even being in the East Branch hayfield. You can be spotted from the outside of it very, very easily, but you can't see out of it a lot. And if you haven't played it yet, you'll see what I mean if you go run around down in there. There's a lot of sloping to the ground, and your sight lines, your sight pictures get interrupted by the hay bales and the houses and just the different elevations in the earth. It doesn't look like it when you're in there much, but it really gets in your way and affects you. Also, when you're in that hayfield, you will get pinched. It just happens. You can ping no radios. You think you're fine, and all of a sudden there's like 8 people teaming on either side of you. It's crazy. You will just be trapped in the middle of them. You will get pinched. Even if you're in the East Branch Big Red House and you think things are all good, if you look to the east of you out those windows, the ground just slopes up and up, and you can see into the house from up on those slopes, and people can and they will shoot at you. You can shoot back at them, but it's easier for them to shoot at you. And then also you have to be mindful that we have penetration again with the mortars. So if you're playing in teams and you're going against trios and they've all got 2 mortars, you are rapidly going to find yourself undergoing bombardment from 6 mortars. My teams lately, we're doing that all day. We love somebody going into the Bard house. We run right there and we just carpet bomb that area. I pretend I'm General Curtis LeMay. I just bomb that. We'll run out of incendiaries like this man used to in World War II. It's crazy. I do not want you guys to think that this is the be-all, end-all about fighting on this map. These are just some quick thoughts, some quick hot takes. I was going to do something a lot more complicated and bigger, but I decided against that. That last one I did was a lot. I just wanted to get out something quick, succinct, just slap out, just get out some of the thoughts that I had on this map. And I would love to know what your thoughts on this map are. Are they jiving with what I'm thinking and seeing and experiencing? Are you having a worse time, an easier time? Are you loving it? Are you hating it? And also, I want to know what you think the next map should be. I personally would love something urban. In the beginning of the game, I was against that, but we haven't done anything like that. And I love valleys so much and fighting in and around those houses on the east side of the river. I would just love something more like that, but much more urban. I don't know how they should or could do it. I have no suggestions on that. The map makers, the cartographers in the Vigor gods are just amazing. These guys, they deserve whatever the video game Oscar equivalent of map design is. You guys have just really blown it out of the water here. I want to know your names. I want to give you credit live on this channel. And as always, I am your #1 airdrops retrieve, 10,000 and counting, all time, all systems, and your favorite official Vigor partner's favorite official Vigor partner, JealousFist. Bye.